No, it hasn't. I don't think so.
Hey Dark Mad, welcome to the channel, and also everyone else. I'm sorry that I'm not paying too much attention to the channel just because when I'm coaching I'm usually more focused on the action, so I don't notice. So if you ever have questions, please feel free to ask them because I usually check it during the loading screens, like now for instance, while they're picking the monster and all that kind of stuff. Excuse me, I need to eat slower. Excuse me.
I did bring you a fresh soda.
I know, I saw, thank you. Okay, that being the case, so I will be doing a 24-hour marathon of Evolve. I will be coaching, I will be playing, and I will be going over maps. I've got a lot of things set up, so if any of you want to join or have any friends that would like to join, I will be trying to get my PS4 playing to go, because I think I might have resolved the issue with that as well, instead of just the PC. That being the case, though, I will be giving a giveaway. I'll have a couple of giveaways tonight before most of the people go to bed because it's really early or late for them, but the majority of them will be tomorrow. And so as such of that, I have these wonderful things of swag, some posters, some wristbands, some coasters, some t-shirts, and a PC copy of Evolve. I've got some DLC codes, and of course the most coveted item, which I'm extremely jealous of, is the art book that is actually signed by all the developers. And there you go, you can see all the signatures right there. Fantastic stuff, really excited. Yeah, sure thing, Behemoth. I think we can swing that in. Go ahead and join the Steam group chat if you haven't already. And if you aren't in there, excuse me, please go ahead and let me know so I can then go ahead and invite you to the group and or chat. Ooh, we've got a Cosmic Wraith. She's so pretty. Ooh, and Parnell. I love Parnell. I think Parnell is so underrated. Liking this team setup so far. Okay, so this map, very interesting. This area, I know a lot of times we call this a no-fly area. We usually let the monster, if he's going back here, we don't really go and engage because this area is complete ass for the hunters. Oh, that was a little weird wonky lab. A stage 1 monster that's worth any salt, he can do so much damage in this area that it's so ridiculous, let alone a stage 2 or 3. So we usually dub this area a no-fly zone. Oh, it looks like he's trying to do some juking. Getting some nice meats. So Daisy should be following this way. More like this, actually, because the most recent prints were right there. I'm not sure how I feel about killing food and then going back for it and then going back. I feel that limits or increases the chances of getting spotted a little bit early. It's so funny seeing those little few armor bars compared to like the Behemoth's like 30. And I know it's not 30. Hyperbole and exaggeration. Okay, so it looks like that they have birds. And I'm going to go ahead and start seeing where Morpheus is putting down. So I like that they're clearing out hostile wildlife for later. It's really nice. This is another area. This little Pride Rock area right up there is another kind of scary place to dome a monster. I don't like doming a monster there when I'm a hunter if I can avoid it. Sometimes you have to kind of just roll the hard 6 and do it. And here comes Parnell doing a little bit of damage. Looks like they got a bar of armor, support, and trapper all ready to go. And I like that they stayed back here. The trapper, if you know the monster's back here, and there goes a spotter. Oh, and a sloth. So trapper and support. Looks like that the good cutoff. Fantastic cutoff by the trapper and support. Very, very good job. They did take a lot of damage from that. Oh, so this might be actually bad. I like that they got domed, but one warp blast is all it would take to down the trapper right now. Oh, nice little harpoon. So he does have food, so as long as he keeps away. So it looks like that he has 2 points into Warp Blast and 1 into Abduct. So I feel that this is an interesting build. You usually see a 3-point Warp Blast or a 2-in-1 like this. The problem with 2-in-1 is that you don't really have the ability to down people really good. The advantage of it, though, is you can actually juggle so you take less damage. So this is kind of a more defensive build, whereas a 3-point Warp Blast is kind of a, you know, I'm just going to do damage and I'm probably going to down somebody if you are out of position. The biggest weakness that Wraith has right now is positioning, because if you're able to stop the abductions, then you can put a lot of hurt. I like these traps by Morpheus. They're doing a good job of putting pillars all over this, or harpoons all over this big giant central pillar, and I like that they're spread out. So they right now, the Wraith is not engaging, and it looks like that the dome is going down and going to get away without any permanent damage. However, no strikes is a good thing. Ooh, and somebody's really, really low. That Tyrant had to use his cloak, but very, very scary to get a strike early. Now, if the Wraith goes 3 Warp Blast and 3 Abduct, which is also a very, very popular build these days, the strongest thing to do is stay separated until Warp Blast goes off, and then whoever is weak, everyone collapse on her. The reason why is because if you're between the Wraith and the person with low health, you will intercept the Abduct, and you will prevent somebody from getting down. The big problem is I don't think that too many teams or groups know how to kind of combat that, and so, but that's one of the best ways to do, because if you're not abducting and comboing somebody and you went 3-3 as a Wraith, it is a very, very, very strong way of ensuring that you're not going to take a lot of damage. Oh, and Parnell just barely able to see her, might have gotten a couple of hits, and it does look like the 3 Warp Blast, 3 Abduction Wraith. Oh, and there's the Hydro. Tiny, tiny bit of damage done by Hank. Great job. All damage is good. All damage is good damage. So monster just going back. So the monster's already eaten back here, so the food will be a little bit more scarce. But the nice thing about Wraith is really it's only 2 Mammoth Birds or 3 Striders. Like, it's very easy to fill up. And yeah, and here's another one. So he's ready to go ahead and engage on his terms. So let's see if he keeps on going for food and waits to get domed when they dome him, or if he's going to actually try and find people. And this Trapper is a little out of position, so just being careful, because one Abduct could have pulled him way away and could have been very, very scary. So, oh, and the Assault by himself. Oh, Medic by herself. This could be very, very bad. Okay, so here we go. So there's going to be a big mate there. So there's the first hit. Now the melee hit, and then the juggle. And there's, oh, and missed the Abduct. So really good job on Torch by staying away, but that Warp Blast is going to hit and able to get away. So I like this. Let's see if the Trapper support, I feel, probably could actually come back at this point, and that's going to be a strike. So right now, and that's exactly what I was saying. So the biggest thing to do is the moment somebody gets Warp Blast is stand between the monster. Oh, and good shield, and it looks like Daisy's going to get her up. As right now, right after that Warp Blast, ooh, great orbital, and that's exactly what the support did. Notice that the support got abducted and not the medic, and that's exactly what you want to do. The moment though you get Warp Blasted, just start converging on the person who's weakest. Cairo, you will usually out-heal all of the focus that you have to worry about, and great shielding by Hank. Good job. So now Hank is going to get focused, and the Abduct is going to be coming up. It looks like he's staying around to finish the job. Oh, Medic is getting low, and Daisy, MVP. Oh, no, looks like Daisy went down by that Warp Blast too. Such a huge radius on that blinkety-blink skill. I'm glad that they're changing it, because I feel that Warp Blast is ridiculously huge right now. Great shield by Conjugates just in time. And it looks like support is going to go down. Ooh, great job using the tree. Fantastic job. So the medic is going to go down, and they're still punishing her, so she's at half health. Here comes the support going down, and it looks like that he's still trying to close out the game. At this point with this kind of a setup, and you still have a Parnell floating around, ooh. It's Conjugate. Okay, I didn't say Conjugate shooting. Oh, Medic is up. Assault is down. Trapper is up. The Trapper is going to go down. And the Assault is back up. Really, really good job by the Medic to keep the support. Okay, so support is down and out. And there goes the Trapper. So he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikes. And, only lost 3/4 of health at stage 2. Not a terrible engagement for the Wraith. But that is one of those things. Against a 3 Warp Blast and a 3 Abduct, I really feel that the best thing you can do is wait for the Warp Blast to go up and then everyone converge on the person that's got low health to prevent that Abduct combo from going out. Kyra can usually out-heal the heavy and weak melee attacks because the Wraith doesn't have super strong ones. Oh, and out of position. So that Trapper is really low health. Medic is low. And right now, and there's that Abduct. So right now, the Warp Blast is going to be popping up in just a second. Ooh, fantastic. That Warp Blast range is so ridiculous. Really, really good attempt on the Hunter team, but it looks like that the Wraith is going to be able to close it out. I feel that he probably could have attacked Conjugates at some point to trigger the shield and then go back and then finish it in time. So, ooh, if he keeps this up, Conjugate might actually close out this game, doing a really, really good job of avoiding the monster. And I believe he still has his personal shield. Really, really good job. So now, yeah, fantastic. The Wraith did the smart move and get out of there because right now that is just a bad position to be in. And I feel... Oh, and there was shields coming off. This is kind of risky because if you don't land your moves, there's a good chance where you could just die right here, and I feel that that's very scary, especially against a Parnell. You're going to die in one hit anyway, so I'd like to see Parnell using his super soldier right now to either get away, and it looks like all the hunters are landing right now. Fantastic job by Conjugates to hold out for the dropship. So now the Wraith really needs to get out of there. Oh, so close. So now the Wraith is just realizing, oh, the dropship is coming down. I better get out of here. Great job holding out for as long as possible, Conjugates. Very good job. Sorry, getting a bite to eat. 1 second. Okay, so right now they're going to go ahead and start setting up defenses. Now this is an interesting relay, and it's actually really hard if you have a good hunter team for it. And 3 points into decoy because decoy or supernova, both kind of I would like to see a bunch of traps being up here. You can really abuse the hell out of up here. Like, it's really hard for a monster. Okay, and they're doing exactly that. Yeah, if you basically just run in circles around this thing with Kyra healing, because Kyra's healing grenades can actually go through that entire structure. Her healing radius is actually really, really big, and so you can actually do a lot of traps up on that platform, and then run in circles. You have the assault calling out when the Wraith changes directions one way or the other, and you can actually get away with quite a lot up there. I'm not sure what Maggie's doing. It's an interesting position to be in. I guess she's just waiting for the dome call out. So the monster's slowly creeping in, but you already saw the bird. I do like that they're shooting the monster beforehand. Morpheus might get warp blasted immediately, but it looks like she's falling back. Yep, and it looks like that Ant... I feel like Ant is just trying to look for somebody to grab with Abduct and use that to engage. Yeah, so it looks like right now they're just kind of playing a waiting game. I feel that I'm not sure if he's got smell range, so I don't know if you can smell that far away. I wish you could see meters in this stupid observer mode. Okay. Another good tactic is to stay near Daisy and get Daisy abducted. So here comes a decoy. And it looks like the assault's still going to see the real person shooting her in the face. See, and that's why I don't like decoy. Decoy is very, very easy to abuse. The AI on it is not the greatest. Even before the Wraith nerf, I feel that decoy was a little overused, and I feel that it was pretty easy to exploit. But ever since the Wraith nerf in general, it seems like the AI and decoy's gotten even sketchier. Okay, so it looks like the monster's going to start sneaking up. There comes... there's the derpy. Oh. Oh, Morpheus, almost down. So now he's going to go in and try and get... Oh, fantastic harpoon. Like, those harpoon traps are laid in the right spot. Here comes an abduct, and he's going to probably try and warp blast to finish off Morpheus or hit Torch. And so right now, it looks like he's just focusing on the assault. And the support gets away with the cloak. And another abduct miss. And I like that the dome comes down. So now they just need to watch out for decoy. Just jump out. And there you go. So Torch is low health, so now Torch is going to get warp blast. And it looks like that the warp blast missed. Ooh, and a nice juke off. I feel that the Wraith didn't need to fall down here. I feel like the Wraith could have stayed up there and then swiped Torch once Torch went up the road. So it looks like he's just going to bite out the wall as much as possible and sending out decoy whenever possible. Again, not the biggest worry because, again, decoy's not really going to do much. I feel that a lot of hunters are able to just kind of leave her alone and she goes through. I would like to see a little fire grenades because you can actually sometimes hit the monster when it's crawling around down here through the ground. And it looks like Daisy all by herself. There comes some healing grenades. There comes some rocket launchers. But the monster doesn't care. He gets a strike. He got what he wanted. So here comes the derpy decoy. And it's going to dissipate before it does anything. Okay, so it looks like that the Wraith is going to get away, go get some food, and then try and get an engage. So, didn't lose any permanent health and got one more strike added up, so everyone has 2 strikes except for the support. Okay, so now he's got full health, so it looks like he's going to try and see if he can get another abduct or a good position. So, still has 6 minutes, so no big pressure on the monster right now. Now it's all about poking and prodding and trying to crack the nut. And we see some pings so people know what direction he is. I like using the decoys for this reason. I like the invisibility portion of it. I don't really care about the AI, but I like that it gives you the ability to move from one location to the other. And it looks like, ooh, a missed abduction on the assault. It's interesting that he really wants to focus on the assault. So, here comes the personal shield on conjugates. Or no, that was Hank. I apologize. So let's see from their point of view. Ooh, Morpheus might be getting... I saw Morpheus was slightly out of location. Okay, so let's see what these trap locations are. So nice little trap locations around the barriers. I really like this. So basically people are staying relatively close so that if the Wraith does come by and abduct somebody, you're not going to go far. And it looks like that conjugates might get hit here. Missed on the warp blast. And the abduct. So good positioning on the hunters. I like that they're kind of spread out but not too far away from each other. And there comes the warp blast. So warp blasting upwards is very hard because gravity is going to do most of the work for the heroes to jetpack out. And another failed abduct. So there goes the decoy, and the Wraith is now going to go ahead and start hiding. But it looks like he might try and engage on conjugates right now. I do not agree with that orbital. I feel like that orbital... Ooh, a lot of people taking damage from the warp blast there. The nice thing, though, is Daisy is down. So she won't be rezzing anyone, but since everyone's on 2 strikes anyway, it doesn't really matter. But it's starting the timer, and that's always key. Sometimes if you can get Daisy to just die and start the timer beforehand, it's fantastic. Oh, and now that Torch is low health, the monster might go and try and see. Now, another cheesy thing that you can actually kind of do is I believe that if you Warp Blast below somebody here, you're actually going to hit them because Warp Blast has a huge radius. So I believe that if you Warp Blasted right to the ceiling, you'd be blowing people up and away, which is something else that you can do, but I don't really condone it just because I feel that it's kind of an unintended mechanic. And there goes Torch, trying to stay away from the decoy, and the Wraith going away for food. And so he should have about 3 minutes. Yeah, about 3 minutes left on the match. So that mammoth bird taking revenge for his fallen foes. So now the Wraith has to be very careful, because if you engage right now, even if you down 1 or 2 people, you're going to get them back in just a little while. And there's that 3-minute timer for the hunters to win the game. Interesting to go after the Armadon. I'm not a big fan of people going after 4 meats. It just takes too long, I think, sometimes. So I do like that he stayed, or no, he did eat it all. Okay, that was just a residual bug. So now he probably should wait about 20 seconds before engaging, just in case he does manage to kill someone. You don't want them dropping 5 seconds later. So it looks like he's going to be slowly approaching. And it looks like they are... Ooh, I don't know if they're aware. Ooh, Morpheus could be getting grabbed in a second. I'm not sure why Morpheus is running into the wall here. Maybe it was, I think it was just a graphic bug, maybe? Oh, and there's the Wraith. I think that's the decoy. Yep, and here comes the Wraith. So no damage done by the decoy. They're all staying... I like that they're staying out of... Oh, and that abduct missed. But it did do enough damage that if he wanted to, he probably could have Warp Blast. Ooh, great harpoons, and there's the cloak. But it looks like he's just going to get separated. Ooh, and fantastic orbital. That's the orbitals I'm talking about. You use it to knock yourself or teammates away and to cover yourself. Fantastic job by Axstar here, but it looks like that Torch might be going down in just a second. Man, really has his heart set on conjugates. I really like that that the team's doing a really good job of just keeping him alive, because right now it seems that the Wraith is a little single-minded. So now that the Wraith is at half armor, he's going to go ahead and get more armor. Get hit by a Mammoth Bird, so he won't quite have full armor from this. Just shy of just like half a bar or so. Really good positioning on the Hunters, though. I really like their formations. Really good area, really good trap placement for the most part. You know, they're doing their best to keep... Oh, and it looks like that the Wraith got shot, which means they'll be very... Oh, that Warp Blast. Oh! I feel that that shield was a little too long. Oh, and here comes the Abduct. Good job by Hank. But let's go ahead and let's see that punishing now. Torch needs to get out of there and watch out for the next Warp Blast. So now that Warp Blast, and there she goes. Oh, wow. She lived through that Warp Blast. That was amazing. I don't know how that happened. Ooh, fantastic orbital. Protect your medic. Oh, and it looks like that the Abduct was a little too little for the Wraith. And so now the Wraith should be eating a corpse in a second. Looks like he's just going to hide out here by himself for a little while. And wait it out. I feel that without the medic, he could actually do a pretty decent job, because you still have a third of your health. You're actually in a very commanding position. They all have 2 strikes. It wouldn't take much for them to go down. I kind of wish he was a little bit more aggressive. There's no need to kind of do this decoy shenanigans or whatever. Oh, and there comes another down. Oh, just barely. But it's going to be enough anyway, because Warp Blast! Yay! So Morpheus is going to get abducted. Nope, looks like the abduction missed. And it looks like... Oh, and here comes another Warp Blast. Wow. That Warp Blast just barely out of range with conjugates. Looks like his personal shield's down, but it looks like that he's not going to be able to... Oh, that unfortunate miss. Really good job by conjugates, doing an impressive job. And now it's up to the support and the trapper to live. So right now, if they go and... Ooh, no, I don't like this. No, I feel... No. I would have liked to have seen that... I feel that warp, or not a Warp Blast, that orbital should have been used for when he starts going after himself. Really close game, but that Warp Blast just really strong, and a very large AoE. Good game. GG, was really close.
Yeah, GG.
So, good game in general. Conjugates, you did a fantastic job juking the Wraith for a long time to get that first drop ship off before he got to stage 3. Really good job of just holding out on Pride Rock as long as you possibly could. That being the case, I feel that the Wraith was missing a lot of abductions. Your Warp Blasts were pretty on par, but I feel that a lot of your abductions prevented you from comboing and getting people downed a lot faster. That being the case, you guys did a great job at the relay for what it was worth. Your traps were in good placements. You were spread out enough. If anything, I kind of like to see if Daisy whenever everyone's on 2 strikes, I usually try and get Daisy purposely killed either by the monster or by something else if possible, just because it resets the timer. And Daisy when everyone has 2 strikes isn't going to be rezzing anybody anyway. So I kind of like to try and bait her out with the monster going after her. So when the monster tackled her, I probably actually would have just let her die, because then like it could start the timer, if that makes sense, which would help you, because Daisy's kind of useless once everyone has 2 strikes. That being the case, you guys were doing really, really good. Most of your shots were landing. Your first dome, when you were in the northeastern area, you had a great, running around the pillar. Maggie's harpoons were just all over the place, and you were spread out enough at stage 1 that you weren't worried about the Wraith killing anybody, but at the same time you were spread out enough that she couldn't eat anywhere. So you did a fantastic job in that first dome. Really, really good placement, just in general, just really, really, really good job. It's just really hard right now. Warp Blast is just really, really strong.
All right, thank you.
No problem. And if I don't hear from you before tomorrow, you guys have a good day, and good luck in the tournament.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
No problem. Take it easy. I'm going to go ahead and go back to chat and start getting the next group set up.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, give me one moment, everyone, while I go ahead and get that group going.